What's up, guys? This is Matt, and I'm finally back, and I'm playing some Dwarf Fortress. This is going to be Dwarf Fortress Part 15. Let's play Dwarf Fortress 2012 Part 15, whatever. You get the idea. This is the 15th installment. I have absolutely no structure to today's episode. I cannot find the notes once again. Oh, and look, there's a Snatcher. I started the game unpaused. I don't think it'll be a problem. Snatchers can be a problem. Dwarves will become unhappy if you have any kidnapping or if you're losing items. However, usually if they're being spotted, you'll see that this particular goblin or whatever it was being spotted way down here by the fisherman. Chances are he hasn't even been to the fortress yet, and everything is fine. You can also, what I think I might do very soon is you can also chain up some animals right in the entrance to your fortress, and they'll be able to spot any intruders. So I guess that's always a possibility for the future. I don't need to do that right now, however. So really, I've been playing a little bit off screen. What I've been doing is I enlarged this bar block stockpile for the smelting and the metalworks. I've also you saw these stockpiles. I've also just been digging out the walls randomly uneven wherever there's some stone that I want. Just to bring up you'll see some of these are selected. There's been some random stuff dug out here. Really just so that I can get some more stone in my fortress. Things that I want to help me. I don't really need that much, do I? Just to get me going, get me some more building material, because I was running quite low. They canceled a couple build orders, I believe, in the last episode because they did not have the stone that they wanted to be using. So really, that's all. I told them to build some doors, so let's place a door right now. And if you remember, this particular room here we had set up in the last video to be a barracks for our newly formed military. So let's now set up a couple beds. What does that symbol mean? I don't know what that means. Okay. Maybe how many? I don't remember how many are in the military. Maybe we'll set up 4 beds. That should be good. And let's also build a weapon rack. I believe is letter R. Yes, I was right. I don't know. We'll just place it on this side of the room. It doesn't really matter. And the armor rack, which is right at the top, armor stand. And we'll place one of those. And that should be fine. I think one of each will do. It should be good. No, let's build one more. We'll build another armor rack up here in the corner. And we will do another weapon rack right below it. Now this will... you can make a barracks out of either a bed or out of weapon rack or armor rack, but that way we'll have both. They'll do their training in there, and they'll be set to go. They'll start to build up any different types of skills, the hammer dwarving skills or whatever kind of skills they are. And here comes all the furniture already. It's ready to go. I also tried to build some more metal statues, but nothing is getting done. So what I'm thinking is I'm missing a skill. I have no idea what skill it is. So let's open up Dwarf Therapist here. Let's run the program. Whoops, I tried to minimize that. Whatever. And let's try to figure out what exactly is going on. Let's see. Whoops, open it up. Read dwarves. Mostly happy dwarves here. Look at this. There, I see mostly green. It's definitely a good start, right? All right, what would they need? Maybe architecture? I don't know. No, I would imagine it'd be some type of metalworking, which I have. This particular dwarf right here has all of them. I think everything is covered. I don't think it would be blacksmithing. Do I have... Ooh, it could be. I wonder. I don't have any dwarves that do blacksmithing. So let's, just for curiosity, let's give it to this dwarf. And let's see if by enabling blacksmithing, he can now get this done. Oh, I could probably exit out of that now. And let's unpause this game. Oops, back out of that menu. And once... I guess we'll use the bed. I think once it's in a room, you don't need to designate it as part of that room. It just automatically goes to it. So let's see. Well, you can make a bedroom out of this, which is, here we go. We want to make a barracks or an armory, and we'll fill up the whole block. And the doors of taxing, that was our military, right? If we assign the room, no, we don't want to assign it to an individual dwarf. So now we come down here. Look, we have a barracks and the doors of taxing. We could tell them what they could do in here. So you'll see if I hit Z for sleep, it'll pop up, meaning that they're allowed to sleep in this room. So sure, they can sleep. They can also train in this room, and they can store, I guess we'll just do everything, individual and squad equipment. Don't kill me in the comments. I'm not sure really what the difference would be. So I'll say they could do everything for now. That might not be the best way to do it or the most efficient way. However, I'll let them do it. So now this is the barracks. This is where they will go to train. If you remember in the military, if we go down to the different squads and we go to schedule, you'll see that they're set to train every other month. Right now they are on a no schedule month, so nothing should be going on right now. Of course, if I do need them, I can call on them at any time. However, they will not go to the barracks and train this month. Next month, they'll spend all next month in that barracks training. And that's how it will always go, even further down the line when you make more dwarves or more military squads. All right, I see finally somebody is working on a statue, it looks like, because I see this dwarf right here grabbing some copper bars. This particular forge is supposed to be, the forge is supposed to be making copper statues. I thought maybe they'd be a little bit higher value than the rock statues that we've been making, and I thought maybe I'd place him in the mayor's room or something. And it looks like he's finally making them, so it must have been the blacksmith skill. I hadn't been paying attention, and nobody was doing anything about it. So I guess I just figured that out. Look at this. I'm figuring out all these problems live on camera while I'm talking to you guys. This is great. We're also getting quite a few, look at this, quite a few raw gems. So let's go back and let's cut some more gems. We'll just go down the list a little bit. Maybe cut one of each for now while I have them. Don't have that. Okay, there we go. We'll just tell them to cut one of each. That'll take them a little while. We're also working on drinks right now. This had dipped to around 90, and at 117 dwarves, I do not want to have less drinks than I have dwarves. That's a big problem in my opinion. Let's also, I made chains. You'll see right here I have 6 copper chains, and that I did that for a very specific reason. Last video I said we were going to make a jail, and I do want to point something out. If I go to nobles, and you'll see, I'll go to the mayor, and you can see, they make mandates. Actually, he wants an amulet, so I think I need to make one. But anyway, if I go and check his thoughts and preferences, if you remember on the justice tab, there was a criminal. Well, if I check his thoughts and preferences, or hers, you will see that she was upset by the delayed punishment of a criminal. That's just part of her many problems. She's upset because she didn't sleep in a nice bedroom. I don't know what her problem is. But yeah, so she was upset that there was no punishment for the criminal. So I really think I need to make a jail now. And I really don't have a room cut out to do it. So I don't know where I want to put it. Let's move. All right, let me think here. The problem is my miners are taking a little while right now. They have other stuff that they're supposed to be mining out. So I'm not really sure where to put these jail cells. Okay, well, I guess I could make walls. I could use a room that's already dug out, and I could just, for instance, this room, or this room. Let's use this room. Let's see how long this would take. Well, let's build a couple walls. Maybe we'll go right here, and we'll do actually a 3x3 room. So the wall will have to be a little bit bigger. And we're going to put a door right there. You see what I just left open. And now let's build. So you see how that will leave a small 3x3 room. And what we'll do is we'll put a chain in the middle, and the dwarf will then be tied up to the chain. We'll put a bed the dwarf will be able to walk around to all of these all these 8 squares. So we'll do that a couple times. Let's just make a couple cells here. I think this will be the easiest way to do it. And we'll do the same thing and make a nice big wall right here. And now we have another. I know these are not going to match. I'm using all different rocks, but whatever. We'll do a couple more. Sorry, let me just figure this out. All right, we'll start with 3. That'll be enough for now. And let's also build some doors. Can I place them yet? No, I can't yet. All right, let's see how long it takes for those doors to be placed. If not, I'll just try to mine some rooms out in a minute. We'll see if that doesn't take too long, though. We should be okay. In the meantime, nothing, because nothing else was set up. Oh, we have a couple dwarves. Is it training season? We can check. It is not training season, so these dwarves that are hanging out here in the barracks, they're just having fun, I guess. I don't know why. They don't need to be there right now, but they can be. It's not a big deal. I don't think it'll make them terribly unhappy either. So, you know, I guess it's just more efficient that they're there now. It looks like at least one of these copper statues has been completed. So let's go down to the mayor's bedroom. Let me make sure this is still the mayor's bedroom. Yep. It's assigned to the mayor. Let's see if building a bronze statue doesn't in fact... Oh, need statue. Why is it not completed? I guess it would go in a furniture stockpile. Oh, there it is. I just saw the dwarf drop it. So this would be the copper statue. So let's view a description. This is a well-crafted copper statue of dwarves. The item is a well-designed image of dwarves in copper by blah, 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 blah. The dwarves are traveling. The artwork relates to the foundation of Icy Mountain by the portals of enjoying of the socketed silvers. Oh my god, these names. Okay, so that's finally placeable. So let's go down to the mayor's room. Let's see if that will if it'll bump up the volume or the worth of the room. Maybe I'll place it right here in the center of the mayor's bedroom. And hopefully, because you'll see if we go to the mayor, she currently has modest quarters, or she has regular quarters. She wants decent, and the other ones are still low, so we'll have to fix that as well. Let's see if that helps, because if that helps, I'll just place a couple more copper statues and we'll be ready to go. That would be an ideal situation. I could probably also make a table and chairs out of the copper. That'd probably be worth a little bit more than rock, but I'm not entirely sure. And of course, I could also go ahead and engrave all of these walls here, and that would certainly bring up the value. And that's really something you want to remember. That's always a way to bring up value. After you smooth the stone, the floor, and the walls, you can in fact engrave it. But don't forget, I know I said this in the last video, if you do break the engraving or cover the engraving later on, you are going to piss off the dwarf that did it, and that does not make for a good mood or a happy dwarf. I'm getting a couple more gems out of this. Take a couple random places. It looks like a lot of these are dug out, and they started the walls already, so we can actually build a door right here. Just a regular door, I don't care. Perfect. And once they finish this, we'll say this is a jail. Just got to remember how to do it. Okay, so there's a jail. Let's say build, and let's build. All right, this is where I'm gonna have to search this list. It's probably down here somewhere. Cage. We're not building a cage. I don't remember what it's called. It might be a chain. It might be called a restraint. Let's go to the... Oh, that's the bottom of the list. Oh, here we go. Restraint right there. Let's place a chain in the middle of the room. And you can see you could also use ropes, but I figured, you know, we have so much copper. Let's just use some copper chains. And let's now see what happens in this situation. If all goes according to plan, once that is placed, I don't remember if I set it as a jail or if it just becomes used as a jail. Oh, and there's more migrants. You see them coming in down here at the bottom of the map. So let's unpause it and let's let them join us. That does remind me I need to build more beds. Oh, there's some being built right now. Yeah, I definitely need to build some more beds because I have a bunch of empty bedrooms down here still. Quite a few, and then I'm probably going to need to design another bedroom level. Okay, so here comes the chain. It's about ready to go. We could also build a door here because that spot is ready to go. And we'll hit Q and come over. We can make the chain a room. You can see that you could also assign an animal to it, but we can make a room out of this chain and press enter. And then we could say who owns it. And we're going to have the Justice Department use this particular chain. So I'm going to hit J, not assigning it to an animal or giving it an owner. And, oh, okay, no, we don't want to do that. Okay, so enter, yes, for justice. And we don't need to resize the room, and we'll just hit escape for done. And we're going to do that in all three of these rooms. And then I believe, if we go over to the justice, this ranger was in violation of a production order, and that's the only people that are ever gonna hurt are the nobles. The nobles are gonna say something, and it's gonna piss off the noble when people don't do it. And you'll see that he is in for 101 days in prison. Oh my goodness. And I guess the justice wants one of 12 cages and chains. I don't understand what that means. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't think I'm going to go build 12 little rooms, though, so we'll figure out what exactly they want and what that means. We can also go ahead and build another restraint. Restraint is the letter V. Now that I see down there, we'll just go ahead and fill all of these in the center. And I could also build the last door because that wall is complete. All right, so now the Justice Department has a couple rooms. I don't have a hammerer or anybody else to arrest that dwarf, so I don't know if he's actually going to be put in prison, but let's go ahead and build a bed, I suppose, in each of these. I do remember reading about that. I haven't dealt too much with justice, but I remember saying that you want a bed, and I think a lot of people suggested to put a one tile stockpile just or for food, just so that there's always food in there for the prisoner to eat so he doesn't starve to death on a chain. All right, we can go ahead and set up this second one. We'll make it a room and let the justice use it. And we'll do that to the last one. All right, so now we have 3 little prison cells. Not sure exactly if they're going to get used yet, but they are built. And you saw how to build them. So at least you're started now. You got something started, which is really just how I feel. I'm not sure if it's exactly what I wanted, but I do know that I need a prison at some point. So yeah, I guess I'll stop the video there. We didn't cover too much, but you saw how that works. You saw me set up. Ooh, somebody created a masterpiece. Oh, there we go. Birth for a baby. That's why it paused. I was trying to figure out. Don't pause for a masterpiece. Yeah, so you saw how we set up a barracks, which I said I was going to do in the last video, and you saw me set up a very small makeshift prison. I'll probably be appointing nobles very soon. But yeah, so I'll keep this one a little bit shorter than the last few videos. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe you learned something. If there's any comments, go ahead and leave them down below the video or send me a message, whatever you want to do. Don't forget to check out the Facebook and the Twitter. Just, you know, it gives you a little heads up when I'm going to be posting something. And yeah, so until next time.